guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Elaina. Привет! I'm your Russian-American makeup and beauty addict. I usually do reviews and tutorials of affordable makeup, but in this video, this is Friday. That means Fridays are a drag. And we're doing this look inspired by the beautiful, experienced, classic beauty Tamisha Iman from RuPaul's Drag Race Season 13, Episode 6. So Tamisha went home, so that means I did her look. So if you guys are interested to see this drag tutorial, then keep on watching. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell so YouTube notifies you of every new video upload. I upload 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, and also go live every Monday. So like, subscribe and follow me on Instagram, Twitter. The links are down in the description box, as well as my Patreon group. So let's get into this fabulous tutorial. Of course, this is the video of Tamisha Iman look from her lip sync for her life versus Candy Muse from RuPaul's Drag Race Season 13, Episode 6. So as we all know, she went home. So this is what we're going to be doing. This is a look, of course, inspired by Tamisha because obviously we look completely different. So I just took her makeup techniques. Stop, Shangela. Shangela? Okay, so if you heard rustling, that's my cat. I got a new kitty and her name is Shangela. Of course, I'm going to have a drag kitty. And yes, I call him she because he's a drag queen. And it's a cat, it's a boy cat, but I wanted to have a Shangela. And it's just perfect, short as Shanji, and Shanji is gender neutral. I keep looking at him because he's screwing with me right now. Stop, Shangela, stop. Yes, I love her to death, him to death. Anyway, enough about my cat. I used all of her techniques from the video that I watched on her makeup tutorial from her entrance look, and then applied it to what I saw on screenshots from the TV, from her runway and lip sync her life look, of course. So that's what we're going to be doing. So let's get into the look and you'll see how I did this. Not very complicated, not very, took a couple of hours. So let's get into it. Alright, if you have seen my makeup tutorials or drag tutorials, I would say first things first, I block my eyebrows because I have eyebrow tattoo and I have almost no hairs. So there goes my high coverage concealer that I almost blend. That's CoverGirl True Blend Undercover. So very simple. If you have real eyebrow hairs, as usual, there are plenty of tutorials on YouTube you can look up, and it's pretty much the glue stick. And this is a step for me. If you hear any noise in the background, my cat is having a field day. He decided to play and run, so he's like making noise. So I love my kitty. A little powder over the eyebrows, and now we're gonna do the foundation. So if you watched the video, and if you haven't, I'm going to link it up here. That's Tamisha's video on her entrance look on RuPaul's Drag Race. And as the entrance look goes, it was a little different color story, but what's important for me when I watch those tutorials is to see the process behind every drag queen's look, so I can really understand how they approach the drag look. So she does, as usual, the face first, eyes later, but she also said that she's from old school drag and they do a lot of layers, so she does it like really like perfect skin tone. Her skin looks flawless after all that, but she does like 4 layers, and I think I'm just gonna take it my own way. I'm gonna use my sponge and my Forever foundation, 104 and 105, 2 colors. As usual, I like this for drag because it's full coverage and it's cheap, and it's kind of like I'm trying to pan it. So never mind the spots. I put self-tanner on earlier and I don't think I did a good job. So I'm a little splotchy. So we're gonna fix it. So this is my step 1. He's done step 2 already. He did like a white to make sure that the T-zone stands out. And then he put like a lighter foundation, and then he put darker contour, and then he put a lighter highlight. So it was step by step. So I'm just gonna skip a few things because I'll highlight my T-zone with white. So I'm gonna use the a Wet n Wild contour stick in the color Where's Walnut 806, and that's where we're going with it. I mean, just a regular contour. So next I'm using Clown White, and I'm not necessarily going in the order that he did it, but we're getting there anyway, so I'm just getting there at my own pace. So I'm gonna use the Clown White I'm using from Mehron, and this is the Just Up Total Face Shape 110, and the first one was Spectrum, pretty much kind of the same, Spectrum BO5. I like those rounded brushes, it's good to stipple and blend the color. I love Clown White, you guys. If you haven't tried this for drag looks or any special kind of looks, Halloween, you gotta try this. It's like a game changer right there. So I'm gonna put this over my eyebrow. He did this much later when he did after the powders, pretty much. I might add a little more later, but I just want to highlight for now, to make sure it's already all lit for the guts. It looks really white on camera. I'm just looking at the viewfinder. It looks so white. Like whiter than in life, in real life. Setting with white Mehron powder. And this step is not that easy. So this is another look that's gonna look pretty close up. If you guys ever doing like playing around with drag, you'll see it's gonna look a little dry. Because this powder is extremely dry. And the Clown White is thick, so it creates kind of like a dry texture. But for the stage effect, you know, because this is made for performance, right? So for the stage, it's gonna look nice. But up close, oh, that is not pretty. So I'm just gonna use white in all the areas I want to highlight, and then translucent powder for the rest of the face. And I'll be back. So, looking all crazy and dry AF. You do not want to look close, I'm repeating. So the contour, she uses very cool tone contour, and then she uses kind of a red-ish, kind of burgundy color over to warm it up. Kind of makes sense, so we're gonna do this too. I'm gonna use my broken up Makeup Revolution Pro contour palette. I'm gonna go for the darkest color first, because it's kind of cool tone. And we're gonna get it. Gonna snatch the face. So of course we have different complexions, obviously, so I'm going with a little lighter tones. I'm using Makeup Revolution blush palette. I'm just gonna go into this kind of pinkish, peachy blush, and we're gonna put it over the grayish contour. Gonna warm up the complexion and blush at the same time. I think that was the whole idea, what she was doing. So Tamisha likes to use a few different colors. So the contour, then the plum, and then the orange. So I'm going to use some light orange for my skin tone. This is Colourpop in the color Foxy powder blush. And I'm just going to add some orange. This sort of brings everything together and make it look less like pink or something. I don't know. It works. She got the point. So, in case you wonder what's going on with my nails, I took off my press-on nails and they're completely destroyed now. I've had press-ons back to back for a few times, so I just ignore my nails. I need a break, so we're just gonna pose like this without nails. So I'm using my old brush. I'm gonna go into the Book of Magic. Actually, it's Sunset Horizon, excuse me, to the gold eyeshadow. And the thing is, this is an interesting step I've never seen anybody do. So, what Tamisha does, she goes with the gold eyeshadow over her lips. I mean, I'm not quite sure what this does. Maybe it kind of like highlights them from underneath, but that's what I'm gonna try. I mean, we have to try everything, right? What is happening? Why with this point? I have no idea, but I'm going with it. So next, Tamisha lines her lips with burgundy and then brown over it. I mean, she obviously has got lips and I don't, so we're gonna overline. Like really, really overline, of course. I mean, it's drag, so we need to overline. I'm using Profusion lip pencil, by the way, and unnamed color, just like a dark burgundy. So now I'm going with the same brown contour stick I used earlier, and we're gonna make the line a little more brown rather than burgundy. So then Tamisha used some brown eyeshadow to kind of lock it in. I'm using the same contour palette from Makeup Revolution, kind of a darker brown, medium, and a lighter flesh tone. Because the point is to make it look like more close to a skin tone, neutral. And of course she's brown and I'm not, so I'm using lighter color. And then she highlights with clown white. So I'm gonna repeat that step as well. Okay, now looking crazier and crazier. Don't you love drag? It looks crazier and crazier, and at the end, bam, you get the look. So going back to that Revolution palette, back to that medium light-ish brown color, I'm going to contour the nose. So she contours this kind of a cool tone, and then adds like a blush color, burgundy, for skin tone. I might add the pink one, like a peach, for my skin tone, so we don't look crazy. Everything has to be customizable, guys. So if you're doing a makeup tutorial and a drag artist doesn't look anything like you, you have to customize to your own face shape and skin tone and everything, of course. Alright, so now we're looking crazy. We're gonna blend this and add a little pink. So sometimes she says blend with the fingers, and I kind of agree. At this point, I like to blend my nose contour with my finger, kind of patted it on. It really works well to me. And I'm going to use the same Revolution blush palette to contour with the same peachy tone. Why not? It goes well, and it does kind of warms up the complexion. I'm using a small eyebrow brush, by the way, with its eyeliner S13 from Spectrum brushes. I like to use those brushes for nose contour. And then we'll use bigger brush, fluffier, to blend this. Okay, so the next step, he takes the clown white and he puts it in the waterline and locks it in with a gold eyeshadow, but judging by the look that I've seen, I did not see any close-ups on Instagram or anything, so I'm thinking it was more white rather than gold because it was a little black dress, black and white, I think, so I don't think he put any gold in that case. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna put the clown white and I'm going to set it with white eyeshadow. So I'm using flat brush from Morphe, just any small flat brush. Try to get it next to my waterline. And we're going to set it with white eyeshadow. I'm going to use Bright Matte from Beauty Bay, and I have good white, why not? I'm going to use another flat brush. I'm gonna go for the white. Now she uses clown white for the lid as well, using the same flat brush, and she draws her eye shape, kind of just a classic oval, like a little more rounded, a little beyond the inner corner, and rounded crease. Alright, so next she's used like a reddish eyeshadow color in orange to make it more neutral. I'm gonna follow similar steps. I don't know how she doesn't get any color on the eyelids. I set them as good as I could so we don't get much fallout, because I would have done the opposite, the dark first and the light later. Excuse me, my friend's texting. Anyway, so I'm gonna go into the hot stuff and I'm gonna put the red in the crease. See, I've got the red all over. I don't know why she does it, not the opposite way. Now I'm gonna go right into the orange, just to warm up a little bit and make it more neutral. Just following the steps, I'm trying to keep up with Tamisha. So I'm gonna drag the red into the low lash line. I'm taking a smaller brush, smaller flat-ish brush. This is Detail Shader Jessup. It's number 237. I'm gonna go with the same kind of red and orange. Blend it a little bit. Tamisha doesn't really blend much. And yes, there was a shade. And the judges told her so. This is like, I used to do this kind of makeup years ago when I didn't know how to blend well. Shade. But you know, I noticed like it's maybe a style. It's just a style of drag like that. But I like blending, so for me this is very painful not to. So next she uses white shimmer on a brow bone, the new brow bone, because it covers up all the mistakes, and I agree. I'm gonna use the Mitchell palette, the Head in the Clouds, because it really has a nice light shimmer. It's a white shimmer, truly. So I'm gonna set this and cover up all mistakes. And I know there's black coming. I'm scared. I baked my under eyes, so make sure it does not fall out. But you know it's gonna fall out. And hopefully all the bake is gonna catch. So she does mascara next. I'm like, Tamisha, how are you gonna do mascara? And then you're gonna do more eyeshadow. I'm like gagging right now, but we're gonna go with it. So then Tamisha does the eyeliner. I'm just kind of giggling because how do you do eyeliner after the mascara? Like how? But I'm trusting the process. She says she starts from the middle and goes up. I'm using a Revlon, just something. Liquid liner, color stay. And I'm gonna go from the middle up. She goes quite heavy on the outside, of course. But she does connect it with the inner corner a little bit. So now we're locking this up with a black eyeshadow. Very interesting tea. Let's see how it's gonna work. So, and we're going to the crease. This is the e.l.f. brush, JK's J4. And I'm also using some, just like a soft brush that is flat. It's good for the small areas. So I'm using black from ABH Elisa Edwards palette, by the way. Just because I like this black. I'm using all kind of things. I find myself reaching for different palettes for different reasons. Because some of the palettes have great brights, like Bright Matte, Beauty Babe, but some palettes have better blacks, like this Elisa Edwards palette. The black is much better here. So using the same technique for the low lash line, he used the same liquid liner. And then we set it with a black eyeshadow. This is so tripping me, the order of things. The order of things I'm not used to. So Tamisha says she comes from doing makeup for 30 years. Well, just like me, I've been doing makeup for that long, almost. And she says my techniques have improved, but they haven't changed. Well, I would say my techniques have improved, but they have changed, definitely. I used to do makeup in different order, almost like her. But then again, you can't compare drag and regular basic female. Next we're going with creams for the eyebrows. So I'm using the same stick, and Tamisha's eyebrow is not very pronouncedly arched in the middle or anything. It's more like a kind of a very smooth shape. And she doesn't draw any hairs either, which is like easier for me. So kind of sort of like this. So Tamisha's eyebrows are not all that thick, so I kind of made it similar to her shape. So I put a little matte white eyeshadow under to make them a little cleaner. And I'm going to use the same silver from Mitch palette, the Head in the Clouds, to highlight the top part, because that's what she does. But she did it with gold. But since we're doing my way, I'm going to do it with silver. So hopefully we're going to shake off all the fallout and we're going to be snatched. So matte white eyeshadow goes on the tip of my nose, on the bridge, and then she locks it in with the gold to make it shiny. But I'm going to go with silver because, you know, we want to be bright AF. And besides, you know, the skin tone difference. I could do the gold, but silver works better. I mean, it's not even silver, it's white. White shiny. Yeah. So we're all shiny house. So I put some in my inner corner. I just took the liberty to do this. And we're moving on to the next step, eyelashes. Okay, next step, she went back with the light powders. But I already have so much white powder on my face, I think we're going to skip that step. So I'm going to go back to Mitchell, Head in the Clouds, the white shimmer, and we're going to highlight with that. Because this is drag and everything that is light should be really, really white. Otherwise, you're going to have a yellow cast. A little bit here, a little bit there. I don't think she did all of that, but I am going to. And now we're going to the lips next. And by the way, the lashes are 3 pairs, 301 stacked on top of regular lashes. And the bottoms, Tamisha never puts any individual lashes. She just goes with a whole strip. I mean, easier for me. I took just some old strip lashes and I smooshed everything on pretty much. Alright, people, we're getting close to the end. I'm just putting the lipstick on. Well, Tamisha used like reds for this look because in the video that I was watching, she was doing the entrance look. This is the lip sync for her life look where she walked away. She sashayed away. Anyway, it was kind of like a light pink. I'm just looking at the pictures. And I'm just gonna put this MAC lipstick that I got. I think it was in a box of charm. This is the color Fanfare. And this is like a neutral. Because I have so much stuff in my lips already. I don't know how she does it. So I took a liberty to put some shimmer from Mitchell palette, the pink one here, and in the middle to make it pop. And now we got the look. So let's put on something more festive as a wig. And we're gonna finish the look. I'm not gonna show my nails because I got none. And I'm not putting any on because my nails are healing right now. So yeah, I'll be back. Here we got the final look. I teased up this wig. I hope I can brush it out after this because this is gonna be a wig destroyer. Nothing special to wear, but a lot of jewels. I'm feeling it as usual. As usual, when I do the look in the beginning, the drag always looks like SH2. And then at the end, I'm like, ooh, yes, yes, queen pose. What do you guys think? I like it, actually. I like it on myself. The Tamisha Iman inspired look, I would say. So, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Do you like Tamisha? I love Tamisha, to be honest. This is one of my favorites just because of her attitude. We're close in age group. She just turns 50. I'm 45. I kind of resonated with her. So I was sad to see her go. So what do you guys think? Did you like it? What do you think about the episode? What do you think about the elimination? A lot of people say the Candy Muse should have gone home. I don't know what you think, honestly. Like as far as the competition goes, I think Candy did better, you know, regardless of her attitude. But Tamisha is more experienced, so we don't know. You know, bottom line, RuPaul chose Candy, so there you have it. So again, as usual, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the episode, about who you think is gonna go home next. And we shall see tonight. After this video comes out at noon, and of course the drag race comes out at 8 p.m. Pacific time. I'm on Pacific time. So we're gonna see what happens and who am I going to do next. So leave me a comment, like this video if you enjoyed this, and follow me on Instagram, Twitter. The links are down in the description box. So also, please don't forget to subscribe. I upload 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I also go live every Monday. So huge thank you to my patrons on my Patreon group. You guys are amazing. If you guys are interested, I have Patreon group. The link is in the description box as well. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Drama the house. Bye!